Hello, my name is Tommy White, and this is my presentation on marketing to the competitive fishing industry. I chose this topic because this is a sport that I spend most of my time doing, and I know a lot about the marketing strategies and the ins and outs of the industry and how they work because I spend so much time doing this. Just a little bit of background about the fishing industry because I know this is not a familiar industry to most people. The concept of competitive bass fishing is one that really started in the 1950s. Fishing has always been considered a hobby or a pastime, but in the 50s we saw inventions of new types of fishing lines, fishing rods, artificial lures, fish finders, etc. And these things helped many more people get involved in the sport and essentially just catch more fish and have more fun doing it. It's then that we saw the development of a competitive side of the sport. And just as in any other industry over the years, technology and innovative thinking when it comes to the tools to help the angler catch more fish have led to the rise of the popularity of bass fishing, and now it is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The competitive side of bass anglers is incredibly influenced by being the best and having the next best thing, whether that be a boat, a lure, a rod, even small things like shirts and fish finders and paint jobs on your boat, anything. But without going into too much detail about the industry itself, I want to talk about how the industry is influenced by marketing strategies. So, as part of a marketing strategy, advertising is the biggest driver in the fishing industry. Competitive bass anglers are some of the most competitive people I've ever met in my life. When it comes to a tournament with, say, a $20,000 top prize on the line, competitors will do whatever it takes to have the best of the best when it comes to angling tools. Like I said earlier, whether that be a boat, rod, lure, no matter how much it costs, if they are convinced that this will let them win this tournament, they're going to find a way to get it. So this essentially creates a perfect storm for a marketing strategist and a company, while also creating an extremely competitive business environment. Sponsors. Just as in any other sport, bass fishing has its top-of-the-line pros that have made a successful career for themselves, some topping the $1 million mark in career earnings. For example, the NBA has endorsement and sponsorship deals such as NBA stars and shoe companies. Fishing is no different. An example being Kevin Van Dam, which I'll show pictures of him in a second. Kevin Van Dam is pretty much the Michael Jordan of bass fishing, if you will. He has won over $2 million fishing tournaments, and in a nutshell, if any lure, shirt, rod, or anything that has to do with fishing at all has his name on it, it's going to be considered gold to anglers and consumers. Say, if he wins a tournament on a certain lure, that lure will be hard to find in any stores or online in the weeks to follow, no matter what the price of the lure is. A good example of this is we're going to take a boat company, Nitro Boats. Nitro was losing popularity and their general reputation was low some 10 years ago. Nitro struck a sponsorship deal with Kevin Van Dam, and along with redesigning some boats, they are now one of the most highly recognized and respected boat manufacturers today. So sponsorships are a huge aspect of the marketing piece of this industry. This is just a picture of Kevin Van Dam, and you can see all the sponsors on his shirts, on his boat, Toyota trucks, all kinds. This is another picture of two separate anglers, and you can see all the sponsors on their shirts. Another part of marketing strategy in this industry is product development. Just as with the sponsorship deal, developing new products and marketing them effectively contributes a huge amount to success in this industry. At its core, the concept is pretty simple. If your company can prove to the competitive anglers of the world that the product they are selling can help you catch more fish, then you have won the battle for the time being. Competition from other lure or rod or real companies can make this a challenge just as any other business, however. Marketing strategies in this area have to consider previous patents, laws, etc. on similar products already made, competition from other manufacturers, product life cycle, and pricing strategies. The product life cycle in this industry can move extremely fast, especially if a good pricing strategy is not in play. For example, one company develops a new lure, and everybody is catching fish on this lure. Say the lure is $10, and you cannot keep it on the shelf for a few weeks. Another company is going to come in, develop that same with their take on that lure, sell it for $8. All of a sudden, nobody wants the first one anymore. So marketing strategies have to take all these considerations into account and plan in the future for these things to happen. So the steps on what to do next will already be planned. Another piece of the strategy to the fishing industry is target markets. Strategies must consider their target markets. Look at boat companies, for example. Among competitive and non-competitive fishermen even, there are different needs or preferences in what one might look for in buying a boat. Certain brands such as Bullet are known for being the fastest on the water, exceeding speeds of 90 miles an hour. This is a huge appeal to a certain portion of fishermen. Let's take a brand such as Nitro, however. They are known as one of the best riding boats in rough water, and many fishermen find this to be a more important factor. So an effective marketing strategy for a boat manufacturer must involve figuring out what their target market is and designing a product that appeals to that market the most. However, it is wise for companies to have a product line with enough width and depth to appeal to all target markets. This balance on focusing on one target market while appealing to the others is also the determinant of success of a boat manufacturer. This is just a picture of the difference between a Bullet and a Nitro boat. You can see how their designs are different. In conclusion, marketing to this fishing industry is a delicate mix of pricing, promotion, product quality, and other strategies. The high level of desire to be the best and have the best in this sport has set up opportunities for huge success for companies. On the other hand, it has created an extremely tight and competitive market, which makes understanding the market and developing an excellent strategy the most important factor of all. Thank you.